All right, good morning and welcome. Today we're going to do Two Tall Toby's 260504 umbrella hook. This is currently, as of this recording, available for free on twotalltoby.com, and it was featured in this week's Monday Model Live. We are in inches today. There's not a ton of inches sweep options in the Two Tall Toby library, so looking forward to jumping into this one now. All right, so we'll start with a sketch on the front plane, and our front plane sketch is going to give us this geometry here. Now we're going to place a circle to follow that along, but notice that we're given an outside diameter. So we're going to have to kind of keep that in mind when we go into creating the cross section, that we don't actually want to use the center of the sweep profile. We want to actually use the side of it because we want the geometry to follow along the inside. All right, we got a couple of different dimensions here that aren't provided, so we're going to middle click to place those. All right, there's our path. One of the things I love in Creo is that we don't have to create the sketch for the sweep. We just select the trajectory and click sketch, and we create the cross section, the face, inside here. Okay. All right. I'm going to add a hole in here. It looks like it would be a great coaxial hole, but you'll see when I go to add my hole, there is no axis in here because it's a sweep, not a extrude, circle, or a revolve. So I can make an axis on the fly, and that allows me to create a coaxial hole. The diameter is 0.3 and it has a depth of 4.55. All right, so let's do this okay, let's also make an axis on this geometry, and then we can use that to create a plane that is perpendicular to the front. And we'll sketch on that plane. Okay. Create a rectangle. Want to be careful. Oh, I saw it. I don't want the center point constraint. There we go. 0.8 to that. I'm not sure if I'll lose this once I make this piece construction. Looks like we'll be okay. Let's add an arc down here. Make it tangent. Okay. And then let's corner those. Beautiful. This radius is 0.375. And we're going to grab this geometry to mirror. And then instead of this dimension, we'll give the 0.3 after the mirror from this dimension here. Okay. We'll move material. We'll have it go through all on one direction, but then the second direction is just to next. Looks really good. We're going to add some rounds. Drop these rounds on first. These are the ones up at the top here are 0.1875. And then we'll add a couple more rounds. We'll go here. Oop. These are smaller, 0.06 and there, and up at the top. Okay. And last, we need a little hole there. So we're going to drop a hole onto this face. Let's show planes. There we go. Measure from here, measure from the top. This dimension is 0.44. And the other one is aligned. And then our diameter 0.5 for that hole with a depth of through all. All right, I think we got it. Looking awesome. Let's check it out. All right, I have a mass of 0.1983. Beautiful. Yeah, so I really like this one. The pros of working in Creo here are the ability to create the sketch inside of the sweep. I always find that to be a lot more intuitive and simple than, for example, when I model in Onshape where I have to create the sketch. Adding the axis here to create a coaxial hole, maybe a little bit simpler than just extruding a circle at the top. Maybe not. When you're creating a coaxial hole outside of the steps I did here, you usually have to hold down Control to get the axis and then the start surface. I selected the start surface and then created the axis on the fly, so that kind of bypassed that need to hold down Control to get the second piece. Yeah, not too many issues with this one. Just making sure that you've got the right dimension and sketch the sketch profile on the right relative to the path in the right location. All right. Hope that helped you. Stay quirky. See you again soon.